Well, have you guys actually ever watched the ID channel, Investigative Discovery? When I actually watch that, man, it is hard to actually stop watching. You get hooked on all these cases. In some cases, guys, it'll actually be people in the interview room that are suspects in murder cases. Now, since they're not actually placed under arrest, they're not in handcuffs or anything, and police officers are actually right there with them, and the police officers are armed. And there's a video actually recording, doing the whole entire interview. And in a lot of these cases, guys, I believe that the cops actually know if they got the person within 5 minutes. I really do. And this actually brings us to Louisiana, Iberville, Louisiana, because we actually have a black scumbag that was in the interview room, folks. And guess what happened? Some kind of way, he ended up getting the gun of the officer that was actually interviewing him and shot him. He shot him dead. Also, by the way, his son, who's also a police officer, was in the room too as well. He was injured. However, the perpetrator, the black scumbag, he found out. Now, here's the thing. We don't know right now anyway, whether or not he actually died by his own hand or he was actually shot by another cop. But one thing's for sure, guys, it's pretty hot where he's going. Because guess why he was actually in that interview room? It's for disgusting acts. I'm going to leave it at that for right now. We're going to watch this news clip, guys, and it's going to give you more insight on what actually happened. Now, when I actually watch like the ID channel or something like that, I do worry about, wait a minute, these guys, they did it, man. They're probably going to do everything in their power to actually get out that situation. And they're probably going to try to go after the guns. Now, I haven't seen that actually happen on television, but hey, it's real life. It's real life. So I have no idea how he actually got the gun of the officer. But let's go ahead and dive into this, guys. Here we go. Right over here. Louisiana deputy sheriff shot to death with his own gun by a suspect during interrogation. Charles Riley, he was a 6-year veteran of the Iberville Parish Sheriff's Office. So I believe that's him right here on the right. That is the black scumbag. That's in a very, very hot place right now. Now, when I first saw this story, guys, I actually thought he was still alive. He is not alive. He's not alive. Look here. It says a sheriff's deputy in Louisiana was killed and another critically injured after an arrestee opened fire inside a courthouse Monday night. Charles Riley, a 6-year veteran of the Iberville Parish Sheriff's Office, was fatally shot during a struggle with 27-year-old Latrell Clark, who attempted to grab Riley's firearm while being interviewed. Clark was being booked on a sexual assault charge and was in a courthouse interview room with Riley and Captain Brett Stassi Jr. Okay. So they're not related right there. I thought on the news clip I saw, we're going to watch, I thought they said it was father and son, but I guess I got that wrong. When the altercation broke out, a struggle ensued and several shots were fired. Clark was also killed in the shooting. So, right over here, let's watch this clip here from 9 News, and it's going to give you guys more insight on what happened. Let's roll it.
Hey everyone, welcome to 9 News at noon. I'm Matt Venezia. The Iberville Parish Sheriff's Office has now identified the man responsible for killing a deputy and leaving another in critical condition. Is 27-year-old Latrell Michael Orney Clark. You can see his picture right here on the screen behind me. And as the situation continues to develop on, we want to get it out to our Gabriela Mercurio, who is working to learn more details from officials. She's live where it all unfolded and went down at the Iberville Parish Courthouse. Hey, Gabby.
Hey, Matt, we saw a woman with a local florist drop off some wreaths this morning at the courthouse just hours after a deputy lost his life, and another one is in critical condition. Now, the sheriff's office is identifying those deputies as Charles Riley and the sheriff's son, Brett Michael Stassi Jr. Flags will now be flown at half-staff to honor Deputy Riley, who sadly lost his life. Officials tell the WA...
Okay, so it was the son of the sheriff that got shot. He's still alive. That makes sense now.
FBI team that Riley and Stassi Jr. were in an interrogation room inside the courthouse with 27-year-old Latrell Clark. Clark was being booked on child sex charges when he grabbed one of the deputy's guns and opened fire. Clark was also killed, but it's still unclear if he shot himself or was shot by someone else. Stassi Jr. was airlifted to a hospital in Baton Rouge. We're told he is in critical condition but stable after surgery this morning. The sheriff saying in a statement, quote, "I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for the tremendous outpouring of support, sympathy, and prayers following that devastating events that occurred last night. My deputies, my family, and I are deeply appreciative of the kindness and the strength shown by our community and fellow law enforcement partners during this difficult time." Now, we're told Governor Jeff Landry is set to meet with Stassi Jr. in the hospital later today. Back here at the courthouse, the Louisiana State Police are investigating what exactly led up to that shooting. Moments before we came on air, we spoke with District Attorney Tony Clayton, who met with troopers and saw the video of what happened last night. He described what he saw to us as gory, a tragic and senseless incident, and that those deputies are heroes. Parish President Chris Daigle has signed an executive order to keep flags flown at half-staff until a day after Riley's funeral. We do not know those details at this moment, but of course we'll update you once we find out. Matt.
Yeah, so you guys saw that right there. Rest in peace to this deputy. As far as Latrell Clark, is that his name? Latrell Clark? I think that's his name. Yeah. I hope he burns in hell. I hope that he burns in hell. And I'm pretty sure that is where he's at. This man, and I believe they mentioned in the video right there, says this guy has a whole entire criminal history. And it does confirm here that he died of a gunshot wound to the head. Says Clark has arrests in Baton Rouge dating back to 2015, which included contributing to the delinquency of a minor and drug charges. Over the next decade, he was arrested in East Baton Rouge, Iberville parishes for additional crimes he allegedly committed, including theft, aggravated criminal damage to property, and illegal use of weapons. Yeah, this man was a career criminal. And eventually, guys, we got to lock up these people and throw away the key. 2 strikes, you're out instead of 3. Throw away the key. If he was actually thrown in prison for the rest of his life for his crimes, because obviously he couldn't stop committing crimes, then that sheriff's deputy would actually be alive right now. Yeah. Folks, this even happens in red states. Criminals still out there running out on the streets committing crimes, even in red states. This happens in Texas. It happens Louisiana. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter if it's a blue state or red state. Criminals still out there on the streets. Career criminals. That's all they know how to do. If they want to be career criminals, hey, leave them locked up in prison for the rest of their life. Just as simple. 2 strikes and you're out. Because that will actually save lives instead of, all right, he goes to prison, for a year here, a year there, maybe 3 years here, maybe 6 years there. When you add it all up, guys, the guy spent 10 years in prison 3 different times. He's not going to learn his lesson. And then eventually they actually commit the big crime and then it's too late. Wow. Rest in peace to the sheriff's deputy, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.